it. So we're holding our violin with our against our body. Left hand is here. Now when we pluck, we're plucking on the neck, not over the soundboard. And it's good if we sing while we do it. D, D, A, A. And then we have our first tape here. A. So it'll sound D, D, A, A. First finger, A. Good. Okay guys, step 2 of the bow hold. We've figured out now, we're going across that line. We've done it in the middle, and that's pretty easy now, okay? So don't do it until this is easy, but when that is easy, now we're gonna go down here. Wait till your teacher, like me, says you can do this, and you're gonna go down to the bottom here of the bow, okay? I'm not going way at the end. I'm right here, still across that line. Pinky bumps up. Thumb goes right in here, right in that little spot right there. When we go over, this is a lot harder to keep it balanced like that, okay? So we'll try that again. We're way down here by the frog. Remember, this is called the frog. We're going right there. Pinky bumps up, thumb comes in, and we flip it over, okay? Practice doing that. It's gonna feel really heavy, and that's okay. All right. Okay, parents, we've got 2 things to practice this week. First of all, we've got to practice the same thing as last week. So notice that right now when we start out, we have no fingers down. Right, Ellie? Mm-hmm. Okay, so she's going to start on that D string. Twinkle, twinkle. And then she puts the first finger. Star. Do it again. I'm going to really look at your fingers, okay? Here we go. Twinkle, twinkle. Good, and then the other exercise we're going to do is all on the D string, and we're going to go red light, red light, red light, red light. Good. Okay, so try it again. All 3 of them down, and you really got to push the strings down. Red, red light, red light, red light, red light. Good job. Okay, this is our Violin 1 class, parents, and we're learning the first part of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. First, ladies, can you show me how to hold that violin? So the back of the violin is against our body, and our left hand is on the neck, but our fingers aren't on the strings yet, are they? Okay, girls, are your fingers on the string of the neck yet? No, okay. Now we use that D string, which is the second fattest string, and we pluck that twice, right, Ellie? Can you show us? And then we go to the A string, which is the second skinniest. Good, and then we use our first finger and put it on our first thing of tape with the A string and pluck that, and then without a thing. Good, can you play that all for us, Ellie, and show it to us? Good, that was very good, but Ellie, the back of your violin, can we have that against your body? Let's try that again, okay? Can you show it to us, Aria? Here we go. D, A, A. Now our first finger goes on the A string. Good. So that's going to be how we practice it this week. All right, I have another volunteer here. We're going to go over this. Now look at your hand, and remember, we're going to go on the pinky. We're right in between the knuckle and the tip. And on this one, we're between the knuckle and the second knuckle, okay? or the joint, I guess we call that. So now I'm just going to draw a little line across because that's where our bow is going to go, okay? Now can you relax your hand so it's a little, so your fingers aren't squished together? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go in the middle of the bow. It's a little easier. Oh, what's wrong with those strings? What's wrong with those hairs? They're all floppy, aren't they? Mm-hmm. So where do I tighten? That, it's called the screw, and I tighten it up. Okay, that makes life easier. Okay, back to the middle. We're gonna lay it across there. Floppy fingers, don't grip, not hard. And this little thumb goes right there, perfect. And now your pinky pops up. Good job. Now can you turn your hand over? Beautiful, beautiful, good job. Turn it back over. Nice. Now remember, this little thumb, we want him like that, okay? Can you get your pinky up? Good girl. Now flop it over. Yes, good. This is not gonna feel like you have a strong hold on it. Great. Good job, Ellie. Perfect. And what do we do before we put our bow away? Yeah, we loosen the screw so that the hairs are floppy again. Good job. Okay, we're going to talk about how to do some shadow bowing. In your book, we're on page 13, in this book right here, page 13, and there's an exercise on shadow bowing. So first of all, we're going to do it with your bow hold in the middle. Remember, we lay that bow across, pinky jumps up, thumb goes there, we turn it over. Now, number 37, they have down, which literally means your arm goes down, bow, and up, which means your arm goes up. We're gonna use our rosin to do our shadow bowing on. And for number 37, we go down, rest, up, rest, down, rest, up, rest, down, up, down, up, down, rest, up, rest. And then you repeat that. Now, after you do that a few times, then you're going to move. When you're ready, we'll move our hands down here. Remember, same thing, but it's a little harder. Okay, so now we're going to do that same thing, but now we can really use a little more of our bow, but it's hard to keep it straight. So that's where our rosin is helping us. So that number 37, so down, rest, up, rest, down, rest, up, rest, down, up, down, up, down, rest, up, rest. All right. Okay guys, it's time to work on your bow hold, okay? Because this is tricky. First of all, I want you to look at my right hand here and you'll notice I drew kind of a messy line across here. Now if my hand were flat, you'd see how this line was way out of line. But if I kind of am relaxing my hand, there's that line. And that's where my bow is gonna hold. I got this in my left hand and I'm laying it across there. You see how it's just right across that line? Now these fingers are gonna droop over. Okay, and now remember, my pinky hates that, and so it's jumping out. And then I take my thumb, and look how short the fingernail is on that thumb, because it has to go under my second finger, and it is gonna go right there so that I have it just on the tip. It's really where the fingernail is, okay? Then I'm gonna turn it over like this. Now you'll notice when I did this, I didn't do this on the very end. In fact, it'd be even better if we do it kind of more towards the middle. So we're doing that again, pinky jumps out, because then it's more balanced. This is where we start our bow hold, okay? So once again, here's my line, my hand is relaxed, okay? I could flop it around. I'm gonna lay my bow across there. My fingers droop over and they're kind of at an angle. Pinky jumps out, thumb goes in, and I turn it over. You need to practice doing that like 10 times a day. Just putting your bow in your hand, fingers droop, pinky jumps out, thumb goes on, flip it over. There you go. That's first step on bow hold. Okay, so we're going to do some more working on the bow hold, but I'm going to show you how you can help your kids. So I've got Lily here to help me out. Notice I'm sitting behind her. I find it really hard to do this if I'm right next to them. So Lily, I'm going to have you come right in front of me, and I put a line on her fingers. If her fingers would have been laid flat, it sort of looks like it's a good line, but notice again, we're going to keep that relaxed, okay? So now Lily is going to lay this right here. Now, one thing we were talking about is this part of the thumb and this second finger, we have this as second finger in violin, those are really the ones that do all the gripping. Everybody else is just there for balance, okay? So first of all, Lily, bring your thumb up and see if just with that second finger, if you can do some gripping. Okay, good. Now we don't want to be like tight like that. It really is like that, okay? Now these guys, when they flop over, they kind of end up going sideways. Yes. And look at us. We did it backwards. Look at that. See? Let's try it again, and maybe this time I'll get it the right direction. See, even I do that. Okay. Now bring your pinky up. There you go. Okay. Yeah. So now flip it over. Good. Pinky's up. Pinky up. There you go. Ah, pinky. You didn't, see, now I want you to notice something. See how your fingers are all the way together like this? Okay. Yeah. So look at this. When I do it, bring my thumb there. Look at how my fingers are kind of apart and how they're kind of flailed like that. That gives me better control. Can you try that? Okay, so your fingers are kind of spread out. Thumb comes there. Yeah, whoops, you relax that thumb. Okay, pinky comes up. There you go. Now, yes, good. That way you get a little more control. Good job. Now, Lily, what did we remember when we put away our bow in our case? What do? We unscrew this because remember the hairs on the bow are like floppy noodles in the case, right? And then before we start, we have to tighten this screw. Now it isn't going to be completely flat. There's a little bow in it. Okay, good.